Hi everybody, Brenton here for another live stream. Sorry, I had to change actually the scenery. It was a little too loud out there, so I wasn't able to hear myself. So going back to what I was saying earlier on where I see market price going into the near future. This is kind of a hard one, you guys, just because a lot of the times people are very skeptical, especially when you see a bearish momentum to the downside, especially when it has like 3 hits to the high as of right here. So we see 1 hit to the high right here where there's that circle formation here. Then we had 2 hits to the high. So and then this is the first hit to the high. So we have 3 hits to the high. So that's definitely a validation of a downtrend. Usually that's what speculation investors usually say. But at this time, I'm still actually going long. Reason being, you guys, is because what I see here is that market price is making that peak formation. So essentially, if you go into a higher time frame, we can see that price already has made that formulation on the downside. So it's already made that peak low. So I'm not going to be going that much lower. I mean, price isn't going to go that much lower. It's definitely going to be going towards the upside. So as we can see here, I mapped it out for you guys where I basically see that this could be a W formation. We could definitely see a moving average crossover here. And we possibly might have a breakout on Thursday. So we might have a huge breakout. And as we can see, stochastics is super low right here. Same with MACD. Both of them are very low right now. So that consideration and that being on the 4-hour chart, necessarily it could be just a stop hunt to the downside. We're still in this position. We haven't been stopped out just yet. We had a pretty flexible stop loss since it is a swing trade. So I'm holding my positions for a little while, seeing if everything's going to go into fruition. So, hey, Michael, how's it going? Good to see you. Yeah, so I want to make sure that you guys, this was a hard one, like, because especially that being like a move like previously move structure like this when price moved from that 61.8 level, that Fibonacci 61.8 level, and then it came back and retraced all the way down to here. You know, a lot of speculation investors are trying to make sure that they don't get hit in that drawdown state before they get that bounce up. But just because we already had this peak formation low, or we like to say this U formation, right, established, you know, we're basically looking at a cup and handle right now, where this is basically the handle, and looking to bounce up back to previous psychological numbers or retest previous highs. I'm not going to obviously take too much profit. I mean, I'm not going to take such a big trade just because market price could come back down before it comes back up. So, you know, like I said, it's going to be a longer trade for our execution. But, I mean, theoretically, we could definitely be seeing something that we like in the near future. So, that's where my analysis is right now with the Great Britain pound. A lot of people are short right now, so I know that a lot of proprietary investors are definitely going to start eating them up in the near future when it comes to trading on that market scale. So I know that a lot of people want to go short as of right now. It just looks the momentum short. I mean, any person, you know, with the right mind would be short right now. So obviously I'm long right now, but there's some things that I just like to go against, especially when I see already a drawdown, you know, swing. This is just basically a swing low. So this is just from a swing high to a swing low, and then it's going to go to swing high. I don't really think that it's going to go back down anymore. And it's hitting the 38.2 Fibonacci, like really, really good. So that being said, it's giving me a lot of credibility. Or excuse me, the 23.6. And then after I see the 23.6, I possibly might see a hit to the 32.8, and then I'll probably see a breakout to the upside. This is still a hypothesis. I could still be wrong. You know, market price could still be shooting down to the downside. Could make a stop hunt to, like, you know, even lower, maybe another 100 pips. So, you know, it could go down to even here. But, you know, we just take it for what it is as of right now. So what I want to see in the near future, though, so price is definitely going to be having this crossover momentum. And after I see this fluctuation in price, I'm definitely going to try to catch it at its low so I can get a nice spike to the upside, test 131,500 once again, you know, to make a good, let me see, like, I want to say like it's 100 pips, but I could be wrong. Yeah, like 100, like 250 pips. So that's like where 250 pip interval is perfect type of trade for me. 250 pip interval, hit a Fibonacci retracement. It's just a swing low. So, I mean, it's really a good position, especially if I'm going to be doing a swing trade this week. This is probably one of the swing trades that I would be taking, or that I am taking, excuse me, that I like a lot because it's just a lot more credibility. a lot more positions that I like to take in this area is the Euro USD. As you can see, the Euro USD is a little different, but it's had a little bit of drawdown as well. It's making that swing low, and then definitely after we see that swing low, we probably see a spike to the high. So both of them are having both, swing low sessions right now, basically trapping those sellers, inducing those sellers to go short. You can see that this is basically whole selling positions right here. I definitely can see that right now that price is not going to go that much lower just because ADR, average daily range, and not just that, but like it's already Wednesday, so this is probably going to be the low of the week. So I'm just going to try to catch it whatever low. I'm already in the position right now, but I want to actually scale back in if I find a better position on the trade. So market price does go higher. Yeah, how's it going, Justin? Good to see you too. So I wanted to go over that as well. So like basically, the 4-hour chart is looking pretty nice. I mean, it's kind of a range, you guys. It's a pretty solid range right now. It's not trending at all. That's why I wanted to talk to you guys today about it. It's like basically in a 350 pip interval right now. So it's perfectly in synchronicity with the algorithm aspect of it. So all I'm trying to look for right now is to try to find the low, because I know if I find the low on Wednesday, then I'm definitely gonna be able to be in profit like throughout the rest of the week. So I'm already, like I said, I'm already on these trades, so I want to make sure that my drawdown obviously is a little more than usual. I don't really like to have such high drawdown, but since it is a swing trade, I'm not really that bummed out about it, because I thought that price was going to spike, especially during London session yesterday. But I got to remember that usually the reversal doesn't happen until Wednesday, Thursday, not Tuesday, Wednesday. So that's my bad. But at the same time, I'm still going long on this position. It's in the 250 pip interval phase. It's looking nice. If I put a Fibonacci from swing high to swing low, I'll probably test like 23.6. I can't eye it right now exactly, but if I were to put, so it's like 23.6, and then we can see that this is the first barrier right at 144.000, and then after it breaks that barrier, we're gonna look at higher levels. So this is a hard one. This is one that I definitely had a hard time learning in the past, because especially when you see a trade that's going down and like considerably having such high momentum to the downside, it's like very like skeptical. Why would you want to go bullish, or why would you want to go against it? So like this is just one thing that I learned, that I believe, just because I learned about midweek reversals, that I learned about market traps, market swing lows, and stop hunts, basically consolidating price, inducing those sellers before they rise price up. And that being said, because it's a new month, the ADR, or the price range for the whole month has been reset, excuse me. So like right now, I mean, price is definitely dropping, and I'm not even gonna lie, I'm probably gonna get stopped out on this trade. But if it does go to the upside, I'm gonna definitely be looking. I'm honestly just gonna get right back into the trade if I get stopped out on this position. Like the one thing about trading for me is that I'm very confident in the positions I take. So like when I see a position get stopped out, I usually just get right back into it, and then I just call it like it's very rare that when I do get back into it, it's completely wrong. So like obviously, if you guys read Trading in the Zone, limit your losses. Don't like be affected by the pain mechanism of just like you trying to you're discrediting yourself. So like you got to be aware of circumstances psychologically. If you're right, if you believe you're right, if you have a belief system that believes you're right, then go for it. But if you're just doing it just because like you want to make some money, then I suggest just to wait for another position, because my mentor always taught me that the best trades are the trades you don't take, because then you get to know which positions. And that was my learning lesson when I first started trading. Like I was taking positions, but like I was waiting like a long time. And like what I learned about a lot of really successful traders is that they're waiting. Like they wait for like crazy precise like points. And like I tried to do myself, but at the same time, like you know, I get a little bit drawdown. If I get 20 pip drawdown, I mean, and if I still make another like, you know, 115 pips, I'm not really worried about it. But like obviously if I'm getting 20 pip drawdown on like a 15 pip trade, then obviously that risk management is not even valid. But at the same time, like, you know, a lot of traders do that where they will basically have a crazy drawdown and then not even have a heavy stop, not even have a like a 2-to-1 risk ratio. And then eventually, you know, if you keep on doing that, you know, it's gonna destroy your account. So with good risk management, you can walk away and not. Yeah, exactly. You don't really need to check the markets that much if you have really good risk management. Like as right here on these positions, I mean this trade has been definitely going to the downside. Forgot our stop loss in this trade, but it's definitely getting down there right now. So you know, like I said, you can't win every trade. Not every trade is meant to be won, but you know, you just gotta have good risk management, and you know, looking forward to killing it this month. You know, just in general with all of the positions we have. So you know, this is another thing about Great Britain pound is that, you know, when it has these huge spikes, I already know, because if you guys look in the previously, you guys can see a huge drawdown and then a spike up high, huge drawdown, you know. So like that's why I don't really worry about Great Britain pound, because like I already know it's like just the way that this market moves, like it's definitely going to go up. Like it's not going to, you know, drop. It's not going to drop that much more, especially because there's a lot of take profits down here in this area. Where a lot of traders are looking to take profit, especially at these lower levels. So the market makers are not going to be looking to go that much lower, because they don't want, you know, they don't want their clients to take profit. They just want their clients to get into the position, induce them for a little while, give them a little bit of profit, and then eventually they're going to scoop them out of the market and then keep on continuing. But I do want to see a breakout to the high, and a huge spike to the high eventually. That would be pretty cool, because like that's what I was looking at yesterday. And I really didn't see any fundamental news that would back my statement. But if he did, I mean, that would be a huge W if you guys look at it like that. You know, a huge W formation from here, come back, and then boom, perfect W formation at the 23.6 Fibonacci. I mean, it'd be essentially, you know, second leg higher than the first, so you got that market divergence. You know, it's perfect. So like, that's why I'm actually short right now. So it's definitely going to things. So hey Brandon, for new people, can you teach the basic like a buy stop, sell stop, buy limit, sell limit orders, simplified version? A lot of people haven't been taught this. Sure, yeah, that's not a problem. So a buy limit or a buy stop limit. So for instance, so like if you do a buy stop limit, let me see. So you can go to your account, whatever account you have. So you can do a buy stop limit. So you can basically just do your order, right? You see, if I want to do an add or watch list, so I can do it at price line or at price, so I can trade or sell at price. So I'll do a sell limit, right? The sell limit basically will give me a position where I can be able to get into that trade at that position, right? This is not market. This is called a sell limit. So, and then if you have a sell stop, basically saying that if it hits a certain area, market price isn't going to, I'm not going to get into a trade right now, guys, because obviously, you know, I'm not looking to get into it yet. But I mean, eventually, like what happens is a sell stop. Actually, I have a full program for that, so I can actually show you guys that. Let me see if I can bring that up actually without going all into my business. Actually, Michael, can I do that tomorrow? I'll do that on, actually, I'm going to be going live on Friday. So actually, I'll have that available on Friday for you guys to go over the buy stop limits and essentially what a buy stop limit is, and a sell stop, and what a market order is, and what a trailing stop loss is. Because I have it all mapped out in some of the programs that I give to my clients. So I can just map that out for you guys, but I just don't want to, you know, go all in my stuff right now just to do that. But I'll make sure to do that for sure. I'll definitely do that on Friday. So when so moving forward, yeah, so I think that this is definitely going to be going up higher in the near future. Hopefully, I mean, we're looking pretty nice. We can see that USD JPY is definitely having that spike to the high. We're actually short this one right now. I saw that MACD crossover right here. So maybe we're going to see a huge drop to a downside to retest these previous lows. That's what I believe we're going to do. But you know, we have to just take into consideration that it might not as well. So I'm just like looking at it from an hourly perspective right now. So I can see that market price spike back up. But then when I see a bunch of wicks here, I know that market orders are being trapped. So I know consolidation. So we're definitely going to see a huge drop to the downside, like a huge spike to the downside. It's just a matter of time, to be honest. Like we have one spike to the high, two spikes to the highs, three spikes to the highs, and then like literally just shoot to the downside. So, I mean, that's what one of my hypothesis believes it is, because I've seen this so many times where I've seen price like literally go up to the upside, remove like hit 3 times, and then after that just shoots to the downside in like an hour or two. It's already like down like what, like 80 pips, maybe even more. Yeah, like 100 pips. So like I'm definitely gonna be you know, since we're already in this position right now, I'm definitely gonna just be looking at that. And these are swing trades right now, because I'm not day trading right now. I'm just holding a couple swing trades for this week, just because we had such a great month last month, or had a great profit month. So I'm not really having too many trades. Just some that I like, some that I really like, and then obviously I'm looking for some other ones. I can see that gold is one that was in a short position now, had a break to the top, had a short position down, might have even still sell to this break area. So if I do see that, if I map it out correctly, we could possibly see a break to the downside still, to retest previous levels. So that's a possibility. That being said, though, if it is, then you know, USD JPY, we should be seeing some spike to the upside a little more. But you know, it's not totally in correlation, but it does have a huge effect to it as well. But price is definitely looking nice to have that reversal in the near future, and so forth. So everything is ranging right now. Looks, yeah, exactly. A lot of range right now. It's been very rangy lately. Price has been rangy, and I've just honestly just been like looking at the right ones that I know usually from the back of my hand. But you know, I can see that, you know, since price right here on it's because it's the beginning of the month, you guys. So like basically what's gonna happen is that after like the 8th, right? After like the 8th, which is gonna be next week, we're gonna have some huge market spikes to the upside or the downside. The market's gonna break out of one area. Either it's gonna break down or up. So you know, at this point, you know, if we get into that right correction, we're gonna be looking at some really nice profits next week, because the market's mid-February pick up tremendously. You know, a lot of proprietary traders dump a lot of money in the market, and it's just always been that way for some reason. I don't know why, but like going into the second week of trading in February, it's like huge. So and a lot of this has to do with just, you know, investors, you know, coming back, and they want to be able to hit their quarterly statements. They want to, you know, kill the market. So, you know, a lot of currency traders at hedge funds and proprietary investment funds are definitely shooting for the moon right now. So we're going to see a lot of drive. That's why usually, you know, we always see consolidation before a run. So right here, you know, this is just consolidation before a run. So all we're waiting for is that next run. So consolidation, spike to the high, maybe induce the buyers, give them what, 8 hours, 10 hours to buy. No, way longer than that actually. Now that I look at it, I'm on the 4-hour chart. Give them what, 6 days to buy. Jesus Christ, I said hours, days. So give them, you know, the thing about consolidation is that the more time they give you to buy, the more liquidity is being trapped. So once the liquidity is being trapped, it's essentially going to be eventually a reversal, because like they're not going to trap liquidity and then go towards the direction that all of the breakout traders are going to go, because, you know, obviously they have quick stop loss, quick take profits, you know, 30-50 pips take profits for most scalp traders. So like, you know, they're going to consolidate price for a certain amount of time. It looks like they're consolidating for a week. So this maybe could be even this full week that they're going to consolidate price to build up liquidity, and then after they build up liquidity for enough time, then they're going to, you know, trap those, and they're gonna push price down. And, you know, like that's just my possibility, and I'm looking for that 250 pip interval, just because like it just makes a lot of sense. I mean, if I look at 250 pips as well, it's like literally at that break low before, you know, obviously that spike, but you know, it's at that bare minimum. So, you know, consolidation price, give it 6 to 8 days, breakout to the downside, 250 pip intervals, stop out all the traders that were long in this position, and then after that, maybe consolidate price out of that. But like, it just makes a lot more sense than it does like going up So we'll stopped out on the Euro USD trade, looking to re-enter. Yeah, so yeah, looks like the market was looking to go a little longer. So I'll find a better entry for that one. So I'm actually gonna get back into that trade afterwards. But yeah, I did have a nice drawdown to that state. I actually didn't calculate that correctly, so that's my apologies. But can't get every single one right. But yeah, that was actually an interesting one that I wasn't able to calculate correctly, which is kind of odd. Usually I'm able to calculate the percentage of drawdown and when it's going to reverse, but can't. Still learning, and still trying to get better every single day. So but yeah, I'm going to get back in this position. I'm not going to hold it. Not going to get back into it. Definitely going to get back into it, Justin. And look for the right position to get up, because this is definitely going to go long. I'm definitely going to be looking for a long position on the Euro USD and the Great Britain Pound US Dollar. So my stop was just not flexible enough, but at the same time I didn't want you guys being drawn down for like 100 pips. I don't mind on my account, because I know that I know that I'm confident, but like I'm not gonna let you guys be drawn down for like 100 pips. That's just insane. So so next time. But yeah, this is so right now, like essentially, we're just waiting for that breakout. Seems like, price is definitely having that shoot to the downside, having that swing low from that swing high, waiting for price to break back to the upside. So you can see that price is definitely going to make that swing low, then back to that swing high, maybe even test and break this swing high. So we're definitely going to be looking for some nice pips. 250 pips will definitely make up out of this last trade. And if you guys even see, we're going to definitely look at that M formation if it even decides to do that, and then it comes back and then even shoots higher. So so we're going to definitely get back in that position. So we're already in this position, the Euro USD. So this price is definitely going to be spiking to the upside eventually. So we're just going to look for the right positions, and maybe see something like this to the upside to retest these highs, making that, maybe it's going to come back even lower here, making that W formation. And this is just a tricky one, you guys. This is one that's I still get caught up on, because it's like it's a ranging consolidating market, and then it just has like no valid structure. Because the structure is like all in between these areas, like all these are structure levels. So like eventually you'll find the right one, but like this one's a little tricky, because it's range consolidation, and I'm not the best range consolidation trader, just because they have the style and the determining factors are a little different than I'm used to. So it's a little different for this one. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, no problem, brother. Thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Yeah, we're trying our best, man. I'm trying my best over here to give you guys the best signals possible. But yeah, this one, this was a bad trade on my part. I should have waited, but sometimes I'm a little early to the party, but it's totally fine. We'll just get back into that trade once we see something nice. I'm not gonna get into it probably until like later today, maybe not even till London session tomorrow. So just because if it does spike to the downside, I'm not going to have like a huge drawdown. It doesn't make any sense. I don't see any stability right here. I just see a bunch of spike lows. So, but yeah, so definitely going to be waiting for that next trade. And it's bummed, because it's like my first signals of the month for you guys, and I already got a stop loss. So not trying to do that. I was actually trying to go for like literally not even trying to go for like 5 or 6, lost trades this month, but I got to count that one on the book. So yeah, let me see if anything else. So you guys have any other questions though? I don't want to like take too much not too much of your time, but I don't want to ramble on. If you guys have anything that you want to talk about, please. Rangers are good for Cypher Gartley bat patterns. Yeah, it's a good one, Michael. Yeah, exactly. You're so right. That's actually a really smart thing, bro. It is actually really good. I'm not really good at the Gartley patterns, like I told you guys, or the harmonics. I still use, basic structure, support, resistance, and moving average, breakouts. And yeah, this one looks like, I don't even know what this one looks like. Probably like a bat pattern. Just right here, we have, oh no, this is a cipher for sure. So right here, the up to the high, and then down, spike to the low. Then I'm like, I don't know what to do at this point, because now I'm like looking at it and I'm like, okay, consolidation, it can go anywhere at this time. It can keep even spiking down, so I'm not even gonna look. I'm not even gonna like wait. I'm gonna wait for this trade. And this is an odd trade in general. I mean, I should have saw something a little different when I was looking at momentum earlier today. And then I was just thinking it was actually gonna stop like around here and then spike up, but then I just kept on going. So hey, it happens. So we'll wait for the next position, next trade. So we'll have it for the next one. But yeah, that's a good one, Michael. That's a really good. Rangers are good for cipher, Gartley, bat patterns. I like that. It's something good to know. Let me just make sure that you. Yeah, so hopefully we can see you get back in this grip and pound trade. We're still in it, but it's almost our stop loss. So we're gonna definitely look into this one in the near future. We're gonna go look at Bitcoin. I had a short position here. Definitely look for a spike out of this low and then keep on dropping. My initial aspect is gonna hit probably 3,000, maybe even a little higher than 3,000, maybe 3,100. Probably trap a lot of these sellers, have like a huge spike to the downside, maybe tomorrow or tonight, and then trap a lot of sellers, and then eventually it's going to consolidate and try to move to the upside. So that's why I was short Bitcoin right now. I didn't do Ethereum, but it's basically the same thing. It looks pretty self reflecting to Bitcoin, so it kind of looks the same, but it could be a little different actually. It could be a little different, but it could swing high, but. And for the most part, I mean, the market's pretty gnarly right now, actually. I was like looking at it, I was like, ugh. Like I like things pretty self-explanatory. Makes us. I like a challenge, especially stock market is a challenge in general. But some patterns are really predictable, and these ones obviously, especially when you see a spike to the low here, you have a trap to a lot of liquidity. Do they want to reach there so they can actually have people get their positions in? But I'm still going to be going short. I have something in my intuition never lies, so I'm definitely going short right now on this position. And then I just got to find a better position for euro, but I don't even want to touch that right now. It just looks so nasty. I mean, that's like what? Gosh, how many pips was that? Just that range drop, like 100 pips. Yeah, that was just gnarly. So I don't know if I want to get into that just yet. Yeah, I don't want to touch that right now. That doesn't look pleasing at all. So maybe in a couple days. So X to A, A to B, B to C completion. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So nice Gartley pattern. So what pattern was that, Michael? Was that a Gartley? Was that a cipher? Because that makes me want to, like I don't like missing trades, and the fact that I mean that's just a great freaking call out right there. So I'm definitely going to be studying some harmonics tonight, and get better at that, because I like to have these are the type of trades that obviously that I'm like, okay, I understand that price is going to draw down, but yeah, having a formation definitely makes sense. So definitely gonna be doing my research on the Gartley patterns and the harmonics on general, maybe today, actually probably for the rest of the day. Because one thing about trading, guys, is that like if I see a trade that I know that someone else saw, it's kind of like I used to be in sports when I was in college, so like the competitive like notion, knowing that you could have acquired that knowledge, and if you would acquire that knowledge, you would have got profitable in that trade. You would have been up 100 pips instead of down 100 pips. So like for me, that's like, all right, back to the books, got to go study for like 5 hours tonight, learn harmonics again. Even though I don't really like harmonics. So yeah, so did BTC bottom? Not yet, I don't think so. I think BTC is still going to have some time to grow. If you guys look at price in February of last year, it's pretty self-explanatory. So what it did was that it made a huge spike to the downside, right? So like at this time, right, between the 7th and the 8th, right? So that being said, I'm still going to be going short right now, because until I see like a nice spike to the downside, trapping like basically a lot of these sellers, then I'm gonna then I'll go. So I put this up on the Discord. It basically said market push to the downside, trap sellers between 3250 to 3000 consolidation price before market reverses to the upside, 3 to 7 day establishment. So that's my hypothesis for moving into Bitcoin. So I don't really think it bottomed out at all yet. I still think it has some time to grow a little bit, or not grow, but go bearish a little more. So, but yeah, I'm not really gonna get into gold just yet, just because I don't really like the position that I see. I mean, we could possibly see a spike to the downside, but I don't like that. I mean, I just don't like the trade right now. I like that, obviously if I did make that trade, I would have already been in the position, for that reversal. But I'm not gonna get into it just yet. We could possibly see it break down to 1300. So, we could still get a nice little chunk of change on that trade. So if you guys, are looking at that, I do co-sign on that trade. It does still look like it has downward momentum. But I'm not going to take that position just yet, just because I just don't like the formation just yet though. So Bitcoin has not capitalized yet. It just hasn't just yet. It hasn't. But yeah, so I want to talk about Treasury bonds. Treasury bonds is obviously going to have a spike to the upside, looks like. So looks like 10-year is going to have a spike to the upside, making that W formation. Probably not going to be that high. Probably go. So if this does do that, then obviously that USD JPY trade is going to be out the books, it looks like. But maybe I would say 128 before it comes back down. But if it does, I mean, I need to make sure that I see that correctly, because if it does, I want to make sure that we get out of the USD JPY trade before it shoots down even more. But yeah, U.S. Treasury bonds are looking a little, because if definitely, I mean, U.S. Treasury bonds are going up, then obviously gold's going down, because that's the hedge of the century right there, gold and dollar. So yeah, so if we did see that, then it's a possibility. I mean, we can see that transition already, short to the downside, spike to the upside, and then probably a retrace, and then it'll consolidate, and then keep on moving back up to the upside for gold. Interesting. Yeah, that's something I didn't take into consideration. Obviously, I didn't do my my market prep this upcoming week, so that's a no for me. So I should have definitely checked that out and had that already mapped out. Usually I do like a 2-hour, 3-hour market prep before I get into just looking at I do back testing. I look at market preps before I even look at anything. So that's definitely not a good one. So yeah, that's why the drawdown's so heavy right now, because obviously Treasury bonds are going to go up higher than Euro Dollar is going down. Interesting. So yeah, it's kind of like how it was for Great Britain pound in December, right? So we look at Great Britain pound in December, you see that it was just such a gnarly like range, just going into it, and then like we can definitely see that price was like ranging like crazy. I remember I got stopped at like 4 times in some of these positions, just trying to find that end, and then finally I found that the lowest low, and then we took it up for some really good pips. So it's looking like that, like it was. So possibly we could see that again happen, where price just spikes up to the upside. So I mean, that's what I'm praying for, but we can only hope. So yeah. So any chance you can go over harmonics? How do you differ? So yeah, so Justin, I'm being honest with you, man. I need to study back on harmonics. It's been a minute since I've done harmonics. I never really was a harmonics trader. I do Fibonacci retracements, Fibonacci extensions, but I'm really just basically a market structure trader. Like I don't really use that many indicators or and stuff like that. So when I'm actually gonna have to brief up on that, because I never really needed to know harmonics, but now that I see times like this where I would have made that trade if I knew that harmonics was available. But yeah, I look at market structure, and I look at I mean, you guys know how I trade. It's just I look at it that way. So like since this obviously I haven't brushed up on harmonics for probably like a year, so I'm definitely gonna have to check out some Gartley patterns, some ciphers, and so forth today. So I'll make a video after that, after I study and map it out and get it obviously in my subconscious mind. So I'll have it available for you guys. I just need to brush up on it myself, to be honest. So I'll get back to that one for you guys. But yeah, do you guys have any further questions? I don't want to ended too early just because I wasn't on the last couple of days because I was just taking care of other stuff. But I want to make sure you guys are getting all the knowledge you need. If you guys have any other things, please feel free to put in the comments. I'll gladly answer them. If you guys want to talk about anything where price predictions, if you want to make me look at a chart maybe, so I'll completely do that for you guys right now before I get off. Yeah. Right on. So right on, you guys. So I'm just going to be looking at the Euro USD. Definitely going to try to look for a signal there. I'm going to be doing some harmonics work after this, probably studying that for the next couple hours. Right now, I mean, the Great Britain pound and Euro trade are looking like a bad trade. USD trade, I mean, even that too. So I'm definitely going to be looking at some different positions to take for the near future for coming into Thursday and Friday, because we might have a market spike to the upside or to the downside. So I want to be having that available for you guys in the Discord, and I'll also put like little references and screenshots with my own little content as well, so you guys have that available in the Discord as well. So Cypher Patterns has an 80% win rate when following rules. Yeah. So Cypher Patterns are really cool. They're really good harmonics. They're really good trades. I just haven't really been a harmonics guy that much, but really good, essential. I mean, knowledge. If you freaking, that's why like when you're talking about that earlier, I was like, wow, like if I would have known that, I would have been in the money instead of obviously not in the money. So yeah, that's definitely something I'm going to be doing today. So working on that and killing it, getting better every single day, because trading is literally, I don't think a trader could be trading for 30 years. You're still learning stuff about the markets, so it's a never ending. That's why I love this profession so much, because essentially you always are you're just being educated every single day. There's always something to learn from. There's always someone to learn from. There's always something to learn from the markets and from individuals like you guys as well. So like, that's why, I'm always ears. I'm definitely not no guru or anything. I'm always looking to hear from other successful traders and other people's opinions, because you can never get enough knowledge. It's essential, especially in this modern day. So real good stuff, you guys. Awesome stuff. Thanks so much for being on today's live stream. And I'll be in the Discord. I'm going to be looking at some of these trades. Like I said, for the 5th time, I'm going to be brushing up on some harmonics now. But if you guys have anything, please feel free to hit me up on the Discord. And I will talk to you later. Have a good day, guys. Peace.